All right, hello everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 Day Challenge. This is day 324, so let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance remain the same. Like what I mentioned, right now, things look to be consolidating even, say, on a 4-hour chart itself. So there isn't much of a new trade to be entered in this perspective. And looking in terms of daily chart itself, as today is a Sunday. So the main changes is actually just Bitcoin on the daily chart itself. We actually transited from a bullish market structure back to a neutral market structure itself. So like what I mentioned, right now it looks to be consolidating very nicely on it on the 4-hour chart. And even on the daily chart itself, you can see that we have a very nice bearish market candlestick itself. But you can see that volume didn't exactly follow suit thereafter. So right now, potentially, we could have some sort of pullback, or obviously we could also go towards the downside, like what you've seen over here, whereby we got an in-between indecision candlestick before we go trend towards the lower side of things. So this can be especially seen if you're looking on the 4-hour chart, we are not gaining any significant strength. So the key trigger point for me right now in terms of 4-hour wise is I'm looking for a clear rejection of this 20 exponential moving average, which should potentially also coincide with this kind of mini horizontal support on the 4-hour chart. And if that happens, potentially this would be a short setup that I see over here, whereby your short entries upon a rejection over there, and then you have a stop loss right over the 50 simple moving average on the 4-hour chart itself. So there will be a potential setup, and then your first target will be somewhere along here. So yep, this could be a potential setup. I need to see a clear rejection of the 20 exponential moving average, and then I'll potentially enter a short setup, perhaps on a shorter time frame as a confirmation itself with a bearish market structure. Right, so other than that, no major change in that. So like what I mentioned here on the 4-hour wise, just wait for a clearer pattern or consolidation or potentially pullback itself. If you have a weak pullback itself with strong rejection, then potentially we will be a very nice short setup. Otherwise, you can see in terms of the 4 over here, we do see increased bearish momentum, so nothing much has changed. And finally, before I conclude, you can see that on the weekly chart itself, even though we have a nice support candlestick last week itself on the weekly chart, we didn't actually follow suit. We actually did attempt to break to higher high, but it was clearly rejected off. So right now you do see that potentially the volume, even though it's going, the price, even though it's going down, the volume is not picking up just as well. So I would say that over here is definitely a very clear consolidation period, whereby both the bulls and bears are relatively equally similar in terms of strength itself. So very likely we'll consolidate for a period of time until a decisive move is being made. And another thing that's being mentioned recently is in the depth crossover here, whereby the 50 has finally crossed over like what I mentioned yesterday itself. So to me, there's nothing to be much of a concern. So unless price was very near here back then, at this moment itself, then potentially you could reserve some sort of bearish momentum itself. But right now we are a little bit of an overextended itself. So even if price were to go any lower, I don't see a very substantial move. And if it does, then potentially let's see how much this support can hold. But overall, we do see this clear horizontal support pattern itself in between this 40K mark and 30K region itself. All right, so with that said, I've come to the end of today and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.